Hello, Richard Lewald here, and Bindu, my friend, she's an energy worker, also works in the healing area of things. Siva, did I say that correct this time?
Yes.
Thank you. And we are here in Surrey, Bear Creek Park, and we're going to demonstrate once again some of the aspects of energy, frequencies, vibrations, how that's going to affect us, affect the environment. And as we know, we live really in an ocean of energy. Everything is energy, and we're involved in a continuous energy exchange. Okay, so we know also that in the last 100 years, there's over 200 million new frequencies introduced that continuously come and work perhaps against us. So we could be ambushed, assaulted, and damaged by these things. And the big thing is that energy we don't see. And as they keep on changing technology, for example, we know that 5G is going to come on stream really big time, and it's got its certainly its advantages from the technological aspect. This is what it can do. But what about the human? What about nature? What's it all going to do to us? Well, here anyways, we're going to demonstrate some aspects of some inventions, some technology that's been developed to help us perhaps boost the necessary fundamental frequencies that support life. And here we have with us one of the experiments that we're going to do. Is this energy coil here that is boosted by this amplifier. And then of course we are going to also then measure as to how it is impacting us as individuals, as well as the overall dynamics, geopathic stress, and so on. So our test subject will be Siva.
Yeah.
He's volunteered, great sport, as you can see, beautiful colors on him. And we have typically our DNA sampling, which is going to take place. 2 Q-tips. I'm going to hand that to him, so put it in your fingers. Just grab the Q-tips. I'm going to let that go. Okay. And then he's going to put that in his mouth, and he's going to give me a sample of his saliva, which happens to be his DNA. So go ahead. Put both of in your mouth.
It's really wet.
Yeah. And then, that's good. He knows how to, one in each. He knows how to spit. And so, by putting it in these tubes, so typically what I'm going to do is I have my energy wands, which you perhaps are familiar with if you followed some of our other videos before. And what these allowed me to do is by inserting his DNA in here, right? The tubes, we stuck the 2 Q-tips. So what we're going to do now, as you can see, we got those tubes, the red ends on them, that contains his DNA. And as I'm pointing this to him, because it's got his DNA in there, it stays pointed at him. But if I take this and put it sideways to his mother, even though they share a lot of the DNA together, it says, no, it's not her. Okay, so I'm taking this back and bringing it back and pointing to him. And guess what? It's going to flow back. No, walk sideways. See how it follows him? A little more. There, it follows him. I can find him anywhere in this park. He could be hiding behind buildings. Up to 600 feet away, I got his DNA, boom. It's going to allow me to catch him there. So it's good to play if you're playing hide and seek. This is a great tool to find anybody's, And you don't necessarily have to have the saliva. You can use even a photograph. So 2 photographs inside these guns will do it, okay? So we're now then also going to work into it as to how frequencies will affect. And so we're going to check his life force here in a minute, and then we're going to test him with a cell phone as well, okay? And how cell phone frequencies take you down. And then we're going to introduce the different frequencies that we can actually emit with this technology. So this big coil sends energy out all around us. And we're going to use, for example, the pyramid, the earth. We can use the sun, energies that we know that we've measured from the planets. So we can set these things through this amplifier connected to the coil, okay? That will transmit those vibrations, those frequencies. And we then can measure the impact that it can have on each one of us, right? So things, frequencies that support life, like the principles, life gives life, is going to enhance our energy field. But like we know with Wi-Fi, cell phones, there's, you know, microwaves, if they're impacting us, they shrink us. And the less life force, the less life. And continuous barrage of these things will actually harm us and take our health down, okay? Your life force stays down. And so therefore we need an influx. It's just like you might take supplements to help boost your health. We need to change that concept about all these other energies, perhaps even using shields. And we're going to show the effect of doing this, introduce our card, the OG, and then we have something very interesting as the plasmasphere, how much bigger it's going to be. So, okay, we're going to start here in a minute with our test object, and then I'm going to measure his field. And in fact, what I can do this time around, so I can stay here, right? And then you can walk backwards, and we're going to follow that, okay? So he's walking backwards. Okay, stop right there. You can see how these two wands, these guns of mine, open up. So this is how big his energy field is, okay? Pretty good for a little guy, and he's young, so he should have good energy. Walk back forward. No, but walk back towards me. And, okay, hold it there. No, okay, go slowly backward. So right there's where we have the break point. Stay there, okay? That's actually how big it is. Take a step forward. Boom. Now he's in his energy field. Guns have gone this way, okay? So that's where the difference makes. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have him stand beside this, and we're going to, as we change the frequencies as well, and we're going to add the card, the OGs, how we can impact and enlarge and build our energy field. Again, the bigger our energy field, the more life force we have, the more we are impacted in the things we want to do, and by that also we can impact a lot of other people all around us. Okay, so come on over this way. We're going to do the original bioenergetic test and check his aura, his energy field. Okay, so here we got Zeva again. His DNA was, as you've seen, put inside here, and now I'm going to walk backwards, and this will then determine how big his aura, his energy field is. And watch, as I move backwards, these open up right now, okay? This is how big his energy field. I'm in his energy field, I'm at the edge of his energy field. Okay, so the next part that we're going to do is activate the coil. So just the coil energized, brought him up, because the coil is also by induction method, just bringing in the energy. So now the coil, the frequencies, which happen to be the pyramid frequencies, are now working with him. And you can see, and I think it's 144 hertz, how the energy emitted from pyramids can really change a lot of the dynamics. And I can feel the waves coming in my direction from that. And again, he's just got his hands above the coil area. So now this is how big this is, okay? So we've kind of gotten about, possibly about 4 times the size. So let's introduce the energy card. So now we're introducing the flower of life, our energy card that we have that also gives you. So universal life force frequencies, again, that exist in the universe, are now added to it as well, to the pyramid. And that combination, once again, builds that up. So geometrics, other life forces, as we add these things to us, it gives us more life force. Our bioenergetic field goes up, okay? So here we are now, okay? Way out there, So, okay, let's introduce the OG. She's going to put a round OG on top. And once again, so as we start adding, this multiplies and you get an exponential boost in energy. Energy being invisible, you cannot see it, but with these wands, we can certainly see how this affects. And now she's introducing a pyramid, okay? And she's placing the pyramid on top of the coil, and immediately the wands end up closing again. And now we're able to go further again. So when we have tools and we bring it in, and you can see the effect from with the drone on the screen as to each thing changes it. And now we're out this far. We're pretty well by the goalpost here, okay? So we've done a huge expansion. Now we're gonna have a change here in the selection of the frequency. And Parvinder is going to put the Earth frequency, which happens to be 7.83 Hertz, or also known as the Schumann waveform. Okay, and that's the frequency between the Earth and the ionosphere. And this is a, life-sustaining frequency. All right, thank you. So now we have the Earth frequency. So go ahead, put your hand there and watch what happens. Okay, so different rhythm, and maybe you don't see exactly the impact, but we're already up from where his original frequency is. Okay, so I play these frequencies now in my home, and I use slightly different technology, but I use things through sound, and then all my different devices, cards and pyramids and OGs and crystals, and they all have different significance. But you can see as I'm walking backwards how with the Earth frequency. So it's kind of like, we have to have a diet of some kind. We have to eat food. Mind you, food is energy too. And so when we bring in corrected frequencies and boost our bodies with frequencies that are supporting life, okay, and this can really build things out. So right here, okay, is where we're at. And now she's going to add the energy card into it. And watch what happens is that the wands start to change, okay? Because the field is changing, right? You can see that action on the wands. They're changing. Boom. We're back on full strength. And this allows me to go further backwards. So this is the universal life force frequencies that we're adding to it. And just like it's rain, it could be the sun is shining, and we have the Earth's magnetic field, we have gravity, all these things, all these energetic forces that are working simultaneously. You can see examples of it as we're putting this in. So it's very powerful just by adding the card to it. Now she's adding the OG. Orgone generator, you can see that really brings the wand down fast. It made a very quick adjustment. And then I am going further back. Okay, I'm here by the fence line, the back. All right. And now she's going to introduce a crystal setup. And you can see how the wands are starting to kind of swing back and forth. Okay, and again, everything is all attuned. We're creating harmony between all the different devices. And now I am going way back here. This is very powerful, and I am right basically into the trees, and that's even without the plasma. Okay, so now we have this latest technology, and Parvinder Grewal, who's brought this along here this morning, and we have this great opportunity to test it, is going to talk a little bit. She's going to introduce us as to how this all works.
Okay, so I'm a licensed holistic health practitioner, and I've been helping people for years with their health concerns. So I started working at a more physical level with herbs and nutrition. Then I went more to the level of the mind, so I started doing a lot of therapies to help with the brain and just how the mind works. And then I went more into sort of the energetic field of healing. And I kind of stumbled upon it, and but I knew there was something to it, because what I've realized is that the technology that we've been using these days, including our cell phones and microwaves and even the telephone wires, they are interfering with our level of operation as human beings. So whereas people used to go out into nature and they would feel connected, people aren't feeling that level of connection anymore. And I think it has a lot to do with the technology.
Absolutely.
Because we're in an ocean of radiation, whether, obviously we can't see it, but we are. And it's affecting our level to connect with each other and to connect with the planet. And it's young people have so much anxiety these days; they can't sleep, and I think it has a lot to do with our cell phones and of course the food we eat and all of that as well. So because we're on planet Earth, everything has an opposite. So Dr. Rife years ago came up with sound frequencies that are able to actually heal different disease conditions in the body. And so this is called the Life Force Harmonizer, and what it does is it harmonizes our energetic field with the different sounds of the universe. So we have the 9 planets, we have the sound of the sun, we have even the sound of the earth. We have what you may be able to hear in the background right now is the pyramid frequency, which is one of the most healing frequencies that I personally have come across. And I've been able to use this with my clients and have amazing transformational results with them.
Wonderful. See the impact that this can have on a human being.
Right.
When we generate and boost, and of course the amplifier, we can set up the power levels as well, so we can affect more than just ourselves, but by running these things in our homes, we
Absolutely.
can affect the neighbors.
Right.
We can affect the neighborhood.
Yeah,
right?
of course,
So-
yeah. Like when I first started using it, I was thinking about more one-on-one,
Right.
so helping one person at a time. But what now I realized, like with your help, as well as just seeing the transformation in my own family and in different people who bought the harmonizer and put it into their homes, is that it actually harmonizes not only your own body's physical health, but it harmonizes the relationships between people, because that's energy too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of the times when we're not feeling connected with each other or with ourselves, it has to do with there's so much interference coming into us all the time. So once that interference has been sort of neutralized and transformed into whatever frequency we want to play, these relationships actually heal. And first we went from one-on-one, then we went to the family, and now with your help, I think we might even be able to go into the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And
That's my
heal the
dream.
frequencies, yeah,
Yes.
and heal the frequencies in people's homes and on the street, and so at least we can operate at a more conscious and harmonious level.
Right, right. Well, it's the awakening of the many. It's not all about us, but we're all connected. We're all
Yeah.
one, right? And so we need to help the planet. We need to help the others out there.
Absolutely.
By helping them, we're helping us. It's
Yeah.
always an energy exchange.
And they're all
again.
frequencies already that are in our environment anyway. So we have
Right.
frequencies of the pyramid, we have frequency of the sun, we have frequency of the earth, we have frequency of all the planets. And so these are happening anyway in the atmosphere, but we're just not able to receive them at the level we could have before all these other external frequencies started happening that we've created
Right.
from the cell phones and the towers and our microwaves and all the all the technology
Sure.
right now, like from the cars, from the pipelines, everything.
So just geopathic stress and all that. Many things
Yeah.
are being altered.
I'm not
and-
saying it's wrong because we need this technology, but I'm
Sure.
saying let's use the technology also to heal
Right.
the bad effects of the other technology.
Exactly. So there are always answers.
There's
So-
always answers.
Yes. So as you saw, we had this really amazing experience, and you couldn't even see the distance that I was traveling in as we were building it up with the different components. So we have the bases, we have this coil, and the energy program. So we can program the energies to the coil. We can choose the frequency. We had the pyramid. Now we did the Earth, and the Earth frequency is a very gentle. It's a loving frequency, and it reinforces us, okay? 7.83 hertz, okay? Well known, studied. And so as we're being challenged with so much new technology and bombarded by all the frequencies, we've also got to look, so, you know, Einstein even said it, that if we have a problem, we cannot solve the problem from where we started, but we have to solve the problem from being out of the box. And what we're probably presenting to you, to many, this is out of the box thinking, okay? You're not gonna go to university, more not likely, where they teach courses on this, okay? But as individuals and explorers, okay, this is what we're doing. We're investigating, we're checking this, we're measuring this, and we wanna bring back to how we can help, okay? Because we're involved in helping the planet heal, the people heal. We're part of nature, and as we can see, as things are being kind of wrecked on us, because in a mindset that have been existing in Western society is we got to control nature, whereas Eastern thinking is we are part of nature, so therefore we got to live in harmony with nature. And this is what we're doing. So we're using technology to very quickly change things, because to get it out of nature, we might not be able to do it right now. It might take a little bit too long. So there's answers, there are solutions. So we began with the coil. We ended up putting a life energy card in there, okay, the life force from the universal, the flower of life, universal life force frequencies also merges into that. We are creating more harmony because of these things existing. We added OG, energy. Watch our other videos explaining more on orgone if you need that. And then in the end, we put the rose crystal there. So the earth frequency is very loving, and rose crystal is also very loving. And so the two together, okay? So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please put them out there and we will get back to you with that. And we would love to answer all your questions. And as a follow-up, you know, also share this information with other people. So many need this today. And then you have myself, or you got Parvinder as well, who can answer it. She's with this particular technology. She has more knowledge, and I'm thankful for her being here with us today. So thank you for being with us. These are available again for you if you needed to purchase. So we'll see you again.